Well, thank you for taking the opportunity.
No, it's a pleasure.
And I know it's in the very early morning for you in South Africa, so thank you. Thank you for making the accommodation. What do you make, sir, of the suggestion that your son was making a Nazi salute up on stage?
It's absolute nonsense. Absolute rubbish. Rubbish. It's a universal salute, or as he said, throwing his heart out, I suppose. Yes, no, it's a universal thing for thousands of years. So that's rubbish. That's rubbish.
What do you want to explain to people about how your son thinks in terms of helping them understand how to judge a behavior like that?
Well, what behavior? The behavior was fine. I can't see anything wrong with that behavior. I've seen since then a number of photographs of Obama and OAC, AOC, and so on using the same gesture. Nobody's worried about it when they make that sort of gesture. In fact, quite differently, in fact. So, again, it's just rubbish. I don't think it's a talking point. It's nonsense. It's just utter nonsense.
Good. Then let's move on.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Have I told you guys that the tides are turning, that things are changing in this country, that the pendulum is swinging the other way? Okay, it is swinging hard back against the left. And this story right here is a great example of what I'm talking about. Because for the past 8 years or so, conservatives have had to face the consequences of speaking out on politics, on social media, in the form of being fired. Okay, this is why it is really hard to find Trump supporters who openly will come out and support Trump, because at least not too long ago, being an open Trump supporter meant that you can lose your job and your livelihood. Okay, if you say the wrong thing on social media as a Trump supporter, the left, they will try to out you, they will dox you, they will go after the company that you work for, they will make sure that you can't feed yourself, you can't feed your family, that you can't live, you can't survive. You can't even think in peace, okay? They will make sure that you are as miserable as possible, okay? If you do not agree with them, right? If you say something that upsets the mob, okay? Now, all of a sudden, in 2025, things are changing. Now, liberals are facing the same type of cancel culture that they celebrated for the past 8 years when it primarily affected conservatives. And that is what this story is about, okay, involving CBS 58 weather reporter Sam Kuffel, who got fired after criticizing Elon Musk and his arm gesture. Okay, everybody knows the Elon Musk salute hoax, right, claiming that Elon Musk was putting up a Nazi salute, a Hitler salute, even though I think Elon Musk is just socially awkward. As you can see, it runs in the family, right? Social awkwardness. And he was trying to suggest that he's pouring his heart out to people. And it just ended up looking like a Roman salute. And people try to say, oh, it's a Nazi salute. Oh, it's white supremacy, yada, 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 right? This is what they tried to say, okay? And this woman thought it would be a good idea to go on social media, to go on a unhinged rant against Elon Musk, and she ended up getting fired. So I want to go ahead and show you guys a clip of this woman doing her work, right? The work that she was doing before she got fired, just so people can understand the type of talent that we're dealing with here. Take a look.
Weather-wise. There are three main factors that determine fall color: leaf pigment, length of night, and the weather. The leaf pigment determines what color the leaf will turn when it stops producing chlorophyll, and this production generally decreases as nights get longer. Weather, particularly temps and soil moisture, has the biggest impact on whether or not fall colors will be vibrant, muted, or a mixture of both. To get the vibrant fall colors, you need a warm, wet spring, a mixture of sunny and rainy days in the summer, and warm, sunny sunny days with cool, crisp nights in the fall. This year, southern Wisconsin had a severe drought develop quickly during the first half of the growing season, which lasted throughout the summer. A severe drought in the growing season tends to cause leaves to turn early while being muted in color. Some leaves even skip that transition and go straight from green to brown before fall really gets going, which is what we've seen a lot of in southeast Wisconsin this year.
Yeah, so you see, now you heard that. Now, clearly, this woman had some very valuable assets that she brought to her job, her profession. But unfortunately for her, that wasn't even enough to save her from being fired as a result of her lashing out on social media against Elon Musk.
We told you how Elon Musk's gesture was being portrayed across the political aisle and across media outlets with a political bias, with the left and right having different interpretations of Elon Musk's intentions. You can find that analysis in our latest podcast episode of Bias Breakdown. Now there's fallout for a local weather forecaster sharing her reaction online. According to conservative talk radio show host Dan O'Donnell, who shared these screenshots, Milwaukee TV weather forecaster Sam Kuffel posted these two pictures on her Instagram story, reacting to Musk's speech. We've blurred the expletives used, but the caption reads in part, "Dude Nazi saluted twice during the inauguration." Then another post of a meme that says in part, "He's a Nazi." According to a staff email obtained by the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, Kuffel was no longer employed at CBS 58 the day after the post. Her employer didn't say Kuffel's criticism of Musk online was the reason for her firing in the memo. There were those online who came to the weather reporter's defense and those who applauded the station for letting her go. One ex-user posted, "Shame on CBS 58 for firing Sam Kuffel for naming Elon Musk's Nazi salute. Shame on Dan O'Donnell Show for mobilizing trolls to harass her, call for her job." And another user wrote, "If your job is to report the weather, how dumb is it to go down this route? Trust me, all of the meteorologists I worked with had opinions on current events. They just didn't share them in public in order to avoid alienating a huge chunk of the audience." Musk's gesture is garnering reaction across the world, with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defending him on X, saying Elon Musk is being falsely smeared. He has repeatedly and forcefully supported Israel's right to defend itself against genocidal terrorists and regimes who seek to annihilate the one and only Jewish state. Musk has shared posts on X condemning and mocking the interpretation of him giving a Nazi salute.
Yeah, so you see, now you heard that. Now, we don't know if this woman was fired because of the post, okay? We're not sure if that is the official reason, but a lot of people believe that is the reason. And people on the left are saying that, well, this is conservative cancel culture. And my response to that is that, well, hey, this is what the left started. This is what you guys started. You guys, for the last 8 years, this is what you've done to conservatives. And I'm not saying I necessarily agree or disagree with what this news channel did. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I mean, she is a meteorologist. She's a weather girl, okay? And you have people from all sides of the political aisle watching the local news. So if she comes out here and she starts to express opinions, right? As somebody that's supposed to be neutral, you're supposed to worry about the weather, right? I'm not supposed to know the politics of the weather girl, right? If I know the politics of the weather girl, there's a problem. But if she comes out here and she starts expressing these opinions that are divisive to the audience, then yeah, I mean, that could hurt the news station. And that's just a reality situation. And they let her go. And I'm pretty sure that she probably has some type of social media clause in her contract that stipulates that there are certain things that she can and can't post on social media. I don't know. But I'm just saying, ultimately, at the end of the day, what you see is the pendulum swinging back the other way, okay? What you're now saying is that these unhinged left-wing lunatics that go on social media and they say all types of crazy stuff, again, accusing Elon Musk of doing a Nazi salute when, in my opinion, I think any reasonable person who knows that Elon Musk is socially awkward would probably give him the benefit of the doubt. The same way that they give AOC the benefit of the doubt, they give all the Democrats, Obama, Hillary Clinton, right? We've all seen the pictures of them doing the salute on social media, they get the benefit of the doubt. Nobody ever says, oh, AOC is doing the Nazi salute, right? Nobody ever says that. And the reason why is because everybody knows that it would be silly to interpret that type of gesture as a Nazi salute when you understand the proper context. And in context, clearly Elon Musk was making that motion as a gesture that, hey, my heart is pouring out to you. I'm pouring my heart out to you, right? I mean, he said it almost immediately after he made the gesture. So instead of just giving him the benefit of the doubt, which is what most people should do, to have the worst interpretation of it and then to run to social media and to elevate this narrative that somehow Elon Musk is a Nazi, is reckless. It's extremely reckless, especially for somebody that works for a news channel. Okay, you work for a news channel as a weather girl, as a meteorologist. Okay, you need to stay as far away from politics as possible. You're on television. Nobody needs to know your political opinions. But since you put your political opinions out there, hey, to me, it seems as if the news channel may have found that to be out of bounds. And, you know, it is what it is. Again, what does the left always say when a conservative gets fired for stuff like this? Well, they don't have to employ bigots and racists, right? This is the justification for it. Okay? So in this case right here, hey, they don't have to employ a weather girl who decided to call Elon Musk a Nazi, even though those with the most powerful infinity stones of wokeness, okay, they even came out and said, nah, Elon is cool, right? That wasn't a Nazi salute. This is what they said. But this woman still decided to go out there and to put that out there on social media in that unhinged rant, and, you know, she lost her job. I'm not saying I agree or disagree with it. I'm just saying this is the game that the left has set up. And now that the pendulum has swung the other way, now they're the victims of it. And now they want to cry foul and say, oh, well, this is too far. You know, you can't do this, blah, 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 blah. They also want to talk about free speech. Again, none of these things were ever considered when they were trying to cancel conservatives, okay? They weren't trying to extend this type of grace, right? They weren't making the free speech argument. They weren't doing any of these things. So, you know, it is what it is. Maybe just maybe this woman will pick up a job at another, you know, news station or whatever. Okay, I'm sure she has very valuable assets that she brings to the table. So I think she'll be fine. But, you know, she'll just think next time before she goes on an unhinged rant, which, I mean, you know, tends to happen when your brain is on MSNBC. So who knows? You know, she should control her derangement. And, you know, maybe this won't happen. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.